What if the most painful relationship of your life wasn't a mistake? What if it was a requirement? Stay with me, because what you're about to understand will completely reframe every heartbreak, every betrayal, every moment you wondered why you keep attracting the wrong people, and it will change how you see what's coming next. Here's the pattern no one talks about. Empaths almost never meet their soulmate first. They meet the narcissist first, sometimes more than once, sometimes in different forms, a partner, a parent, a best friend. And for years, the empath carries this like a curse, like something is fundamentally broken in them, like their love is a magnet for the wrong people. But it's not a curse, it's a curriculum. Let's go back to the beginning. Because to understand why this pattern exists, you have to understand what an empath actually is at their core, not the pop psychology version, the real version. An empath is someone whose nervous system is wired for depth. They don't do surface, they can't. When they love completely. When they commit with everything. When they believe in someone, they believe with a conviction most people reserve for religion. And that depth, that extraordinary capacity for love, is exactly what makes them visible to narcissists. Because narcissists don't want ordinary connection. They want devotion. They want someone who will pour endlessly, forgive repeatedly, and stay long past the point where anyone else would have left. And when a narcissist scans a room, an empath doesn't just stand out, they shine. They radiate the exact frequency of unconditional giving that a narcissist has been starving for their entire life. It's not random, it's not bad luck, it's resonance. Dark resonance. The narcissist feels the empath before they even speak to them. And here's where the empath's greatest gift becomes their most dangerous vulnerability. Because empaths don't just see people as they are, they see people as they could be. They feel the pain underneath the arrogance. They sense the wound beneath the cruelty. They look at someone broken and beautiful and think, I can love them into wholeness. And that instinct, that sacred, generous instinct, is not wrong. It's just catastrophically misplaced on someone who has no intention of becoming whole. The narcissist doesn't want to be healed. They want to be fed. And so the cycle begins. The love bombing that feels like finally being seen. The connection that feels too good to be real. Because it is. The slow erosion that follows. The confusion. The self-doubt. The desperate attempts to get back to the beginning when everything felt like magic. The empath pours more, tries harder, loves louder, and the narcissist takes more, asks for more, until the empath is empty in a way they've never been empty before. This is the part that breaks people. But stay with me, because this is also the part that builds them. Here's what the narcissist relationship actually does to an empath. Underneath all the pain, it forces a confrontation. Not with the narcissist, but with themselves. For the first time, the empath has to ask the question they've been avoiding their entire life. Why do I keep giving to people who take? Why do I believe in people more than they believe in themselves? Why does my love always seem to cost me everything? Those questions are not comfortable, but they are sacred, because they are the beginning of self-knowledge, and self-knowledge is the one thing a soulmate connection absolutely requires. Think about it this way. An empath before the narcissist is like a compass that hasn't been calibrated yet. The needle moves, the sensitivity is there, but the direction isn't precise. They feel everything, but they haven't yet learned to trust what they feel over what they're told. They sense red flags, but they've been taught that love means overlooking them. They know something is wrong, but they've spent so long prioritizing others' comfort over their own truth that they silence themselves before anyone else has to. The narcissist relationship, as brutal as it is, calibrates the compass. Because there is a moment, and every empath who has lived through this knows exactly which moment I mean, where something inside them stops, not breaks, stops. Where the noise of confusion and manipulation and self-doubt goes completely quiet. And in that silence, for the first time, they hear themselves clearly, without apology, without second-guessing. And what they hear is, This is not love. I know what love feels like, and this is not it. That moment of clarity is not the end of the story. It is the first page of the real one, because here is what changes after the narcissist. The empath's love doesn't disappear. It doesn't harden. It doesn't become cautious in a cold way or closed in a fearful way. It becomes selective. It becomes discerning. It becomes anchored in self-respect in a way it never was before. They stop giving endlessly to prove their worth. They stop tolerating what they've always sensed was wrong. They stop mistaking intensity for intimacy and chaos for chemistry. They know the difference now in their body, unmistakably. And this is precisely why the soulmate comes after. Not despite the narcissist, but because of what the empath became through surviving them. Because a soulmate connection doesn't need someone who has never been hurt. It needs someone who has been hurt and chose to remain open anyway. Someone who has seen the worst and still believes in the best. Someone who has walked through darkness and carries their own light now, instead of borrowing it from whoever is nearby. The empath who has not yet been through the fire is still looking for someone to complete them, still handing their wholeness to another person for safekeeping, still defining their worth through whether someone chooses to stay. The empath who has walked through it, who has rebuilt themselves from the inside out, brings something entirely different to a connection. They bring presence without desperation. They bring love without self-abandonment. They bring depth without the drowning. And a soulmate, a real one, can only truly meet someone who has arrived, who is already there, who doesn't need saving because they have already saved themselves. So if you are in the middle of it right now, if you are in that exhausting, disorienting space of loving someone who seems to take everything and return nothing, if you are questioning your reality, doubting your perception, wondering if the problem is you, hear this. You are not broken. You are being broken open. There is a difference. The pain you are feeling is not evidence that you love too much. It is evidence that you are finally ready to learn where that love actually belongs, which is not in someone who consumes it, but in someone who is changed by it, someone who receives your depth and rises to meet it, someone who sees your sensitivity not as a resource to extract, but as a gift to be honored. That person exists. And they are not coming to someone who is still in pieces. They are coming to the version of you that is being forged right now, in the middle of everything that feels like it's falling apart. The narcissist was not your destiny. They were your preparation. And what they prepared you for is something so much more real, so much more steady, so much more worth it than anything you've ever let yourself believe you deserved. Your empathy was never the problem. It was always the promise. You just had to go through the fire before you were ready to receive what it was always pointing you toward. If this found you at exactly the right moment, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget, the depth that made you a target once will make you a treasure to the right person,